Hello, I'm Maestro Giunta, the music director and conductor of the Des Moines Symphony, welcoming you to another edition of the DMSO Listening Room. Born in 1865, Finnish composer and folk hero Jan Sibelius was known for his remarkable individuality of style, combined with a profound sense of Finnish nationalism. He grew up during the time that Finland was fighting for its independence from Russia. The Finnish people related to his music in ways that brought out their national spirit. Eventually, he became a hero. His picture appeared on a postage stamp as well as on the Finnish 100-mark bill. Schools and roads were named after him, and today there are many statues throughout Finland erected in his honor. Sibelius was not a protege like many composers. He did not take music lessons until he was 9, but very quickly discovered he had talent. He particularly enjoyed practicing the violin and even took an audition for the Vienna Philharmonic, only to fail. Many years later, he had his second symphony played by them, much to his enjoyment, as if to say, "I didn't make it as a violinist, but I did as an international composer." His music came from the romantics of Tchaikovsky, Berlioz, and Wagner, the latter whose music he greatly admired as a child. He attended Wagner's Parsifal and Bayreuth, and as a young man said, "Nothing in the world has made such an impression on me." Later in his life, he soured on Wagner's music, calling it pompous and vulgar. Sibelius's music was certainly not dissonant, and some of it very easy to listen to. But he was very capable of writing pieces that pushed the boundaries harmonically and melodically, which was part of his genius. After all, who could write the difficult-to-understand Fourth Symphony and popular, uplifting Finlandia? His composing style preferred a severity of form and connection with the many motives in a piece. In a famous meeting between Sibelius and Mahler discussing the symphony, Mahler said that it must be like the world and embrace everything. Sibelius, on the other hand, cared less about what it said to the world. He wanted it to make sense musically by how it was sewn together. His approach to music made perfect sense. First, Finland was cut off from the mainstream countries during his lifetime. It was like a foreign, isolated island, speaking a language all its own and difficult for anyone to learn. So he naturally took advantage of his privacy and went on his own way, developing an individual and distinguished style. His love of Finland and its legends brought inspiration to him for a lifetime, and is apparent in much of his music. His music is completely original and not inspired by the growing trends of the time that were happening in Europe. Jazz, rhythmic complexity, neoclassicism, impressionism, atonalism, opera, electronic music, none of this inspired him enough to try his hand at it. He was the romantic that followed Wagner, and that's how he wrote. His music is known today mainly because he lived during the development of the LP recording and the innovative radio and TV broadcasts of the 1930s and 40s. His style had to be learned by listening over and over again, and these platforms helped his music be heard in thousands of homes all over the world. Discovering Sibelius's music at a young age was a gift and one that has stayed with me all of my life. His output is rooted in his 7 symphonies, which I plan to talk about in the next DMSO Listening Room. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to go to our website, dmsymphony.org, where you can find video links to Sibelius's most important piece and popular piece, Finlandia.